It is Monday, June the 23rd, 2025. I am James, you are you, we are here. Currently 16 minutes past the 10 o'clock hour. 16 minutes from when this show was advertised to begin. From this day forward, this is the show with no start time. We will advertise one, but it is subject to change at a moment's notice. I am so hot. There's a heat wave going on in Montreal, and I'd be remiss if I did not mention my exposed arms. And I made a mistake wearing a off-white shirt because it's the same skin tone, color tone as my itsy bitsy body. I'm built like a pack of cigarettes. Folks, I don't think I've ever been more tired hosting this show. I didn't do anything today. I got up to nothing. I refused to leave my home for any extended period of time. I left twice. First time was to get an iced coffee. The second time was to go to Poulet Rouge for a bowl of food. And here we are. I'm hanging in there. I hope you are hanging in there. I hope you've got your air conditioner running. I don't know how long this show's going to be tonight. Let's welcome the one and the only co-host side piece, but to you and me, he is the main squeeze of the show. Let's welcome Dave Kaufman to the show. Dave, how are you doing tonight?
Hey man, I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
You're in it. You're living in the pit.
Oh yeah.
Moments before you joined our production call, you said, "This isn't tenable."
I said it's like untenable.
Well, the same thing. I'm paraphrasing. Mm-hmm. It feels like you are finally on board with what I've been saying for 6 months.
Hey, we're both sort of wearing off-white shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Twinning. Oh, hell yeah.
Wait, let me move my camera.
Couple body boys live on the internet.
Yeah. The biggest muscles of the digital realm.
And the subs are going to start coming in. 3, 2, 1.
This is now a hot tub stream. Now we got probably
charge for that. We have to give money for that.
This is a hot tub stream now, James.
And I would happily do this show in a hot tub.
And if you want to see me jiggle, you got to sub.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there you have it, folks. Sub to see Dave jiggle.
Yeah, if you want to see me eat a sub, you got to buy a sub. Yeah, so and then got send it to me to eat.
A variety of payment tiers, as they say.
Yeah, I want some of those bits so you can see some of my bottoms. Dave, how are you enjoying
the weather? Hot enough for you?
I haven't left my house today.
Yeah, you know what they call that?
What?
Depression.
Yep. Also, but I did install my air conditioner in the basement.
Only today?
Yeah, today.
Damn. You're living the lap of luxury. I've had mine in for a month.
I had to get it ready for Saint Jean.
I'm a hot guy. I run.
You are so hot, James.
Hey, thanks, Dave. I appreciate that.
Damn, you're steam's coming off those muscles.
Dave?
Yeah, I gotta oil you up.
I want to quickly get right into it because this show started about 15 minutes late.
Yeah.
I encountered a couple viewers of the show last night.
Uh-huh.
One of them asked, "Hey, what's like your physical stance when you're hosting the show?" And I didn't really know what to say. And then I guess this is one of them. I'm leaned back like I'm driving a car.
I'm kind of leaned back too.
Yeah.
Like it's
a lot of times
Passover.
This. It's what I refer to as Larry Kinging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My stance is what I refer to as Larry the Cable Guying.
Yeah, what's that?
Because I'm getting her done.
Yeah, you are getting her done.
Yeah.
And then, as I was talking to these viewers, they said, "Oh, we hear all about the underwear sniffer."
Okay, well.
That was just you.
Yeah, but I'm not an underwear sniffer. I feel like that gives that's almost a name that outweighs the gravity of what I do.
Okay, so how would you differ the two?
I'm a laundry researcher.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have said inspector.
Laundry inspector, sure, yeah.
You try to punch it up to make it sound more important.
Yeah, laundry inspector's good. I'm a nasal laundry inspector.
And what's the difference between that and an underwear sniffer?
I feel like
the act is the same.
I feel like you say underwear sniffer, you're thinking about a real freak who's like buying panties out of a Japanese vending machine.
Okay.
That's not me. I merely sniff underwear at my
Yeah,
house.
you don't like those because those are clean.
Well, no, they're not actually. You buy the dirty ones in their vending machines
Okay,
online.
so it's right up your alley.
No.
But for you, you're like, why pay for it when I can get it at home
It
for
would be
free?
up my alley if there was only a percentage of the fact that they were dirty and a percentage that were clean, and I had to tell which one was which and put them
What's
in
that?
piles to
What's that
wash
old
them.
saying? Why go to the store when you got the cow at home for free?
Why buy the milk when you
Yeah,
got the cow at
it's
home?
the same thing. Paraphrasing, you got all these free dirty underwear at home that you can sniff,
That's
or
true.
that excuse me, that you do sniff.
But well, the ones you buy out of the vending machine, from what I tell, allegedly, I've never actually seen one of these machines though, other than on YouTube.
Yeah, this is one of those situations like we've got it at
Yeah,
home.
we've got ourselves a situation, and we've got it at home.
Yeah.
Those ones, I think they're all dirty, and you buy. You know how you get a kid's toy and they're like in a little pod. You know what I'm talking about? A little plastic pod. You open it up, you don't know what's going to be inside. From a vending machine, you put a
Oh,
dollar in.
like Kinder Surprise almost.
Yeah, yeah. You don't know
Same
which
idea. It's in a,
kind of.
it's in like a
Yeah, yeah. It's in a.
yeah.
Anyway, apparently you can get panties in those.
And you're like, why would I spend money on that when I got it at home for free,
Well, I mean,
including your own? You're like, I could smell my own underwear at home.
it's true. I mean, I think that's true for everybody. I don't think
Now,
there's a
Dave,
person alive who.
how does it feel to know that people who watch this show are approaching me? They
Mhm.
don't know you. They're
Yeah.
like, yeah, the underwear sniffer. Pretty cool, right?
How does it feel?
Yeah.
Uh, Not great.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Yeah. I feel like
You know what
I
I
feel
got?
like
You know what I got? I
I'm
got a compliment. I was told you're the only person I've ever seen who can man spread while walking.
Is that a compliment?
I think it means you're the cock of the walk. I think it
And
means you command the
it
space.
might mean you have toxic masculinity.
I don't think I have toxic masculinity.
I don't know.
All right, well, we'll let the audience decide by the
You
end of
did
the
start
night.
the show by going like this.
No, I started the show by doing the squid.
That's true. A
And then
classic toxic male dance.
oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
Dave,
Yes.
that was my weekend. How was your weekend? Let's start with the fact that I was not invited to your daughter's birthday, even though I'm probably one of the people that she's been around the most
Yeah.
since her birth.
Well, she insisted that she had 3 birthdays.
Oh, okay.
Friday was her birthday. It was her daycare birthday, and it was also her graduation. So I watched her graduate. She sang a couple of songs,
Yeah.
yeah, she's graduating daycare.
Now, did you agree to the 3 birthdays, or were you like, oh yeah, it's your birthday?
Did I agree to the
One of
three
those?
birthdays?
You're just like, yeah, yeah, kind of like pacifying it.
I was just like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And then Saturday was her actual birthday, and then Sunday was her party.
Saturday, I was free all day.
Yeah, we hung out.
Yeah, yeah, we did hang out
Yeah,
with your other kid.
yeah, the non-birthday boy.
Basically, put the kibosh on the hangout.
Well, sure. He hung out for a solid. Well, I picked you
10
up in
minutes?
my
10
car.
minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes. But we hung out for longer because he was napping the whole time.
Yeah, we hung out for maybe under an hour.
No, it was more than an hour.
Yeah, yeah. At one point, yeah, I left the car to go get food for you while you stayed in the car.
Well, what do you want me to do? Leave my son alone, sleeping,
Yeah,
where
Crackle.
a predator could get him?
Then he wakes up.
Yeah.
We hang out for 10 minutes,
Uh-huh.
and he pulls this, I want to go home.
Yeah, he did want to go home.
And then we just had to end it.
Yeah.
And the entire time we were out, your wife wanted you to go home too.
Yeah.
And then you got home, and your wife wasn't even home.
Yeah, that's true. That's a fact.
Dave,
Yes.
I think it's time that we acknowledge something.
Uh-oh. This is an intervention?
We've alluded to it
Yeah.
for probably half a year now on this show.
Okay.
But now it's time to put the cards on the table.
I'm a bit nervous.
Dave, your life sucks.
Well, that I agree with.
You
Yep.
it's like you got a foreman calling you back to the job, and you get there, the foreman's not even there.
Yeah.
And then you got like a team manager
Yeah.
who's younger than you,
Yeah.
who tells you what to do.
That's
He's
true,
not
yeah.
even a team manager. He's like a junior sales associate. I want to leave the sales trip.
You're right.
All right. And now, to add insult to injury,
Mm-hmm.
this show is teetering on the brink of We were supposed to celebrate Saint Jean tonight.
Yeah.
La Fête Nationale.
Yeah.
There's no
I
celebrating.
got my two Saint Jean ladies behind me.
Yeah. Manon and Paulette.
That's right. They
Yeah,
both
yeah. Why don't you
run
give him a kiss on the
separate
cheek?
breakfast restaurants.
Give him a kiss on the cheek.
Hold on.
Oh, and close to the lips there, Dave, and the eyeball. Oh man, what's it like being able to kiss a couple other ladies?
I got their eyelashes tickled my forehead.
Oh, that must have felt nice.
You know that tickling sensation where it runs up and down.
Not me. I ain't kissing nobody.
You ever get tickled and you're like, ooh?
No.
Really?
No, I don't get touched a lot.
Yeah. You need to go for one
Dave,
of those tickle massages.
Dave,
Yeah.
we were supposed to meet last week to talk about the future of the show.
Yeah.
And then everyone in your family got sick.
That's right.
We haven't been able to do it. Dave,
Yeah.
I'm out of ideas.
What about tomorrow?
What, have a show tomorrow? Nobody wants that.
What if we met tomorrow?
Dave,
Yeah.
too hot tomorrow. It's going to be, feels like 45 degrees.
What? 45? That's not too hot.
Oh, yeah, it's not hot at all.
It's not hot at all.
Dave,
What?
before we get into Saint Jean,
Sure.
I want to know what your ideas are. Let's put the cards on the table. Tap your table a little bit.
Ideas for the show?
What are we gonna do? What's not like, oh, we should do the best haircuts, not themes.
Okay, what about this? What about this? A noon. You know how people listen to podcasts while they're at work?
Sure.
What if we did this show at noon?
So we start doing like an afternoon show.
An afternoon show, yeah.
Yeah, while you're at work.
Yeah.
You don't see how that's probably gonna get delayed too?
It might. But what if it doesn't?
What about a morning show?
Morning show, what time?
10.
10?
Yeah.
AM or
6.
PM?
Let's go. I want to hear. We're gonna go through your day.
My day?
Okay, so Dave, let's start with this. We're only gonna go realistic.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do this. How likely is a 9 a.m. show?
Pretty unlikely.
Okay. 10 a.m.
10 a.m. I got work.
Okay, so
Yeah.
unlikely.
Yeah.
11 a.m.
That's tough. That's my meeting time for work.
12 p.m.
Is it 12 p.m.? Yeah, you're right. It is.
Yeah.
12 p.m. could work. 12 p.m.
On what day? On what day?
What if we said Thursday?
So the show shifts from Mondays at 9 to a brand new time slot, Thursdays at noon.
Or what
Essentially guaranteeing this show will never have guests anymore.
Why?
1 p.m.
What about 1 p.m.? How likely?
Hold on. Yeah, 1 p.m.
1 p.m. It could be probably not that likely.
2 p.m.
That's a tough time to do for me.
3 p.m.
3 p.m. we might be onto something.
Okay, so an afternoon drive show.
Afternoon drive. People are getting ready to go home at 3.
4
and then
p.m.
they turn on their favorite website in the car.
Yeah,
Twitch.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, on their Dell.
Yeah.
4 p.m.
4 p.m. Yeah, 4 p.m. could work.
Interesting. 5 p.m.
5 p.m. is probably tougher.
6 p.m.
No chance. It's gonna be at 6.
7 p.m.
7 p.m. That's my kids' time.
8 p.m.
8 p.m. We're back in the same problem where we left off.
So 9 p.m. is looking unlikely.
9 p.m. 9 p.m. could work. I would need to, massage my wife into letting me do it.
I think 12 p.m. sucks.
Okay.
I think 1 p.m. sucks.
Yeah, okay.
I think 3 p.m. sucks.
Okay.
There's truly, we've got 2 solutions.
Yeah.
1
p.m.
is is you say, no, we've got 3 solutions. 1, you put your foot down, you go, it's Mondays at 9, that's what it is, baby.
Yeah.
The next
I
solution,
said it to you or my wife?
the next solution is, this is it. We end the show.
We end it tonight?
The third solution is you leave the show.
I mean, that's a possibility. Those last two are possibilities.
As we're announcing tonight, the show can only continue if you leave.
Guys, this is my last show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The show can only return to its time slot if this guy goes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Has that ever happened in any show? It's usually,
Sure.
oh, there's creative differences. This is, we could only go to a good time slot if this one guy leaves the
There was
show.
a few. What about Cheers? What was her name? Diane.
Yeah, Diane left and then the Kirstie Alley. Yeah,
Yeah,
but,
Diane left because she couldn't film Cheers at 9 p.m. anymore.
oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
She had to watch Ninja Kids with her kid.
And then there was the classic That 70s Show, Eric's sister.
Yeah, but what
Who
happened to
also
those
couldn't-
shows after at least that '70s show?
I think it did
Even
fine.
Eric left the show.
At some point. Yeah, did he?
Dave, I want you to take me through what happened tonight. How come we started so late?
Oh, man.
This guy's getting on your nerves.
Who? My son?
Well, I wanted to code
I don't
it.
like airing out my family laundry on the show.
I wouldn't call this laundry, and if it was laundry, you'd be sniffing it. This is where the show's at. We just make jokes every week that you sniff underwear.
Yeah, well, that's your jokes. I make
True.
much more sophisticated jokes.
The guy's getting under your skin. This show is a family show now.
Yeah, it is. It's like Doctor.
Literally
you're
a
like,
family
You're
show.
like Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, it sounds like you've got some problems with your son.
Yeah, Dr. Phil. He didn't want to get out of the bath, and then he insisted on sleeping in his bed, and then he insisted on sleeping in his mother's bed, and then he insisted
Which is
on
your bed.
which is my bed, but he calls it
Yeah.
mommy's bed.
Yeah.
So I've been disowned from my bed, and then he insisted on sleeping in his own bed again.
Now, does it bother you that he calls it mummy's bed and not your bed?
No, I don't care.
You have no, okay.
I don't care. I'm not attached to beds.
Okay.
Does it bother you that he does that to me?
Totally. I'm going to talk to him about it.
Yeah, you
I'm
should.
going to go, hey, man, what's the problem?
And he's
You
gonna
got,
say,
you got to give this guy Dave a break.
yeah. He's gonna say, I want to go home.
This guy always wants to go home.
He loves his mummy.
Who doesn't?
Sure.
Now, do you
Tell
think
you
he
what, if I had a
likes...
couple of mummies like this, I'd love them too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think he likes his mummy more than his daddy?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Although
Now, what about-
sometimes he'll pick me though. Someone will be like, no, not mummy, daddy.
Now, what about your daughter? Does she like mummy more than daddy?
Probably.
I would say I like you more.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave,
Kind
I
of like
want
my
to...
son.
Before we, well, I would say more that you're like my son.
Interesting.
Dave, before we get into the Saint Jean celebrating,
Sure.
I want you to tell us about something that happened at your daughter's daycare with a fellow parent. Let's turn this frown upside down. Let's celebrate Dave here.
Sure. All right. Well,
Yeah.
it was my daughter's graduation on Friday. I went to the daycare.
Yeah.
And then they had a bunch of people brought food afterwards to celebrate. So I was just eating food by myself, just kind of watching people play. It was
Now,
like,
how sad does that sound?
what, eating food by myself?
I was eating food by myself at my daughter's graduation.
No.
You hovering over a shrimp cocktail platter.
No, somebody gave me a plate.
Okay.
Somebody gave me a plate. I was just sort of minding my
They
own.
probably thought you were a waiter.
Why?
I'm done with this.
Oh, right. Actually, another parent, this guy, I won't say his name for whatever reason. And
Call him Claude.
What?
Saint Jean, let's call him
I'll call him
Claude.
Claude Desjarneaux.
Okay. That's not a name.
Anyway, Claude Desjarneaux.
Claude Desjarneaux?
Yeah, Desjarneaux.
Okay.
Anyway, Claude Desjarneaux comes up to me. He says, "Hey, I got this plate of food. You want to split it with me?" I say, "Sure." He gives me a fork. We're both eating. It's like rice and chicken. We're both eating.
Had you met this guy before?
Yeah, he's Claude Desjarneaux. I'm friends with his family, the Desjarneaux.
Okay.
Yeah.
How is so
His
you're,
daughter is best friends with my daughter,
you're sharing
and his
food?
youngest daughter is friends with my son.
Okay, so you guys are eating off the same plate. He couldn't eat his own dinner alone?
No, no, yeah, it was a little bit weird, but it was kind of nice.
All right. So then what happened?
Anyway, so then he's like, "Oh, okay, I'm done with this. You can finish it." So I take Claude Desjardins' plate and I'm starting
Yeah.
eating and I'm minding my own business. When another lady, we'll call her Liette, uh,
Yet.
Liette
Sure.
Chagouin, Liette Chagouin, who I've never met before. Never, don't even recognize her face, Liette
Yeah.
Chagouin. She taps me on the shoulder. She says, "I need to talk to you for a second."
How are you feeling in this moment?
I'm a little bit intrigued, a little bit nervous. I wonder if I'd done something maybe.
Yeah.
And Liette says to me, she says, "You drop your kids off in the morning here." I say, "Yeah." She says, she says, I don't know why I'm laughing. She says, uh,
Yeah,
you know,
you're having a really hard time getting this out.
well, because it sounds made up, but it's true. So Liette says, I see you're very patient with your kids. I say, "Really?" She says, "Yeah. Sometimes I get in, I'm a little bit stressed, and then I see you very patient with your kids, and it calms me down."
Wow.
And I say, "Liette, that's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me in my entire life."
Well, hold on. I said something pretty nice about you last week on the show.
What'd you say?
I played a cover of God Only Knows.
You were Jean McGee last week?
Yeah, well, no, I need a French last name.
Sure.
Miguin.
McGuane.
Jean Miguin.
Jean McGuane.
And I said, what God only knows what I'd do without you on the show, Dave.
Yeah. Tonight you're firing me.
I didn't fire you. I
It's
gave you
true.
options.
It's true. You gave me different
Now, when you told me this story,
retirement packages.
I immediately laughed. I laughed because the story began, so I'm eating food alone.
Well, I was.
And then you're very patient with your kids, which to me means this lady like looks over and sees your kids terrorizing you and you're just dead on the outside.
I don't think so. I don't know what it was, but there must be something that I did that seemed positive.
Your kids must have been acting like maniacs and you were just calm.
Well, my son can cry when he gets to daycare, so maybe it was one of those things where it's like a cry drop off.
When you drop him off, he's crying, and then you leave and get in the car, you like, oh, thank God.
Sometimes, yeah.
Nice.
But I don't mean not in like a negative way, but just like it can be very stressful to get them to daycare
I
because
believe it.
especially in the winter, you got to get them dressed.
Look, I've been to your house. I've watched it. I don't feel stressed, but I feel stressed for you guys.
The worst part is I got to put sunscreen on them every morning, and that is a huge pain in the hiney.
Now, why is that?
Well, because they firstly they want to do themselves, and then you're not sure where they put sunscreen on, so you just have to do it all again, and they just make a big mess.
And they're just like, no, I'm all greasy.
They don't care about the greasiness.
I cannot stand sunscreen because of that.
But I bought a high quality sunscreen though. That's not that greasy.
Okay.
You might like it.
All right. Well, maybe I will.
No, I'll get you some for Saint Jean.
Thanks. Well, you've got until tomorrow.
Sure. It's not that
Then again,
long.
we might have those awesome Saint Jean sales on the 25th.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah,
Everything's
right now it's
discounted.
Saint Jean Eve. Dave, do you have any with time remaining? Do you have any relationship to La Fête Nationale?
Honestly, not at all.
Did you ever celebrate it growing up as a youngster?
Nope.
Now I grew up north,
Yeah.
and there was a big Saint Jean celebration. One story that has always stuck with me was one year there was the story of, yeah, there was a big bonfire and some guy decided to jump into it.
Please, is he dead?
Yep.
Damn. That's a party.
That's what I think about Saint Jean.
Mm-hmm.
I think about growing up is near the train tracks, big Saint Jean celebration. Then the next week you'd go to Morin Heights for Canada Day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you never once celebrated Saint Jean.
I mean, I took the day off and like went and enjoyed myself, but it wasn't like a
Okay,
tribute
you
to
weren't
our.
enjoying it for Quebecois reasons.
Probably not, but maybe that's a problem. Maybe I should have
Even me and
celebrated it.
Dimitri celebrated Saint Jean. I think the year before COVID, there was a big street concert on Notre Dame. We stayed and we watched. I can't remember which classic Quebec rocker it
Like
was.
the
But we had a
Cowboy
great time.
Fringant.
No, it was not the Cowboy Fringant live in St. Henry.
It could be.
It was not.
You think they have better places to be?
Well, I think the singer's passed away.
Really?
Yes.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, do you ever enjoy any Quebecois music?
Uh,
Let's see if you can name three Quebecois artists.
okay.
Now, there's one on the board that's pretty easy.
There's a Robert. Jean-François.
How about I give you a clue?
Sure, yeah, yeah.
This person contributed a song to a soundtrack for one of the biggest movies
Oh,
ever.
Celine Dion.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
Yeah.
Celine Dion.
I don't
You
even
got it.
consider her Quebecois, though.
What would you consider her?
A lady of the world.
Oh, well, she's Quebecois though.
Okay. Because she has a residency in Vegas.
You know that William Shatner is a Quebecois.
He went to McGill.
Norm Macdonald was a
There's
Quebecois.
a building at McGill named after him, the Shatner Building.
Yeah,
Norm Macdonald, yeah.
yeah.
His brother is a television
He's a political
newsman.
commentator. Yeah.
He's a newsman.
You're really struggling, Dave. I can tell.
Wait,
Okay. What was I doing otherwise?
Robert Lalande.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Why don't you let me know about some of his songs? Robert Lalande.
La joie de vivre.
Oh sure. How does that go?
I mean, I can't sing it. I don't have the voice for it.
Well, have you ever heard of France d'amour?
France d'amour.
Yeah,
Oui.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, what about Charlebois?
Robert Plante.
Michel
Oh,
Pagliaro?
Charlevoix. That's what I was thinking.
What about, oh, I think you're thinking about the metro station.
yeah, yeah.
What
One of
about
my favorite artists, Place
Eric
des Arts.
Eric Lapointe?
Eric Lapointe. Yeah, that's a classic one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What about what's another one?
Jerry Boulet?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Sure. Laurence Jalbert.
Who's that?
One of her big songs is a song called Tomber.
Oh yeah. How does it go?
Tomber, tomber en l'amour.
Ooh, that's nice.
What about Les Respectables?
Les
Je
Res-
suis un homme 7-up man. Je suis un homme 7-up man.
Yeah.
You are not cultured with your Quebecois music.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna say it's a real blind spot for me.
There's also La Bottine Souriante, classic like fiddle and spoon music. Their big song, the Zigazon.
Never heard of them.
And what about Mitsu? Bye bye, mon cowboy.
Nope.
Bye bye, mon
I think
rodeo.
we've played that on the show before.
Have we?
Maybe.
Dave, man, I'm disappointed. I thought
I'm
we were
disappointed in
celebrating
myself too,
Saint-Jean.
James. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit. Maybe I need to go on a little bit of a Quebecois quest.
Yeah, I'll tell you what band to listen to.
Sure.
Harmonium.
Them I know. You've played them for me before.
Yeah, Harmonium is awesome.
Yeah.
Another great folk rock band,
Mm-hmm.
Beau Dommage.
I know Beau Dommage. Sure.
Yeah, a huge mural of them near Beaubien Metro in like Saint-Zotique.
Yeah. You're right.
All right, well, we got to try to pull this Saint-Jean celebration together. Dave, why don't you give me some of your favorite Quebecois foods? And why does it start with pizzaghetti?
The metro station.
Yeah, prochaine station, pizzaghetti.
Yeah. I mean, there's poutine.
Hold on, what do you think about pizzaghetti?
What do I think about it?
Yeah, you like it or you love it?
I like it. It's not. It's. I've only probably ordered it in my adulthood. It's never something I had as a kid. Pizzaghetti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of the food itself is inherently Quebecois. It's a Bambino pizza cut in half, and then they put a dollop of spaghetti.
No, but it's part of, I would say, the Quebecois diner experience.
Of course it is, yeah. Okay, so a poutine, we'll get the big one out of the way.
Sure. Yeah.
What about un tourtière?
Cocktail can be okay. I feel like it's something that like it's sort of you need to make sure it's not too dry.
It can be. What kind of jerk are you?
I've had bad tortilla before.
We've had bad everything.
Yeah, but I would say that the curse of tortilla is that it comes out too dry sometimes.
You need a nice gravy or like the homemade like tomato
I feel like
sauce.
when I was a kid, my mom would buy frozen tortillas from M&M.
Sure,
Yeah.
I love a frozen tub. That might be maybe my favorite dinner.
You're into
To
sort
eat it,
of meat pie.
yeah.
You're into what's it called? What's that brick of meat?
Meatloaf,
Meatloaf, yeah.
or otherwise known as a meat brick.
Yeah, meat brick, yeah.
I like the classics. Now, have you ever
I
eaten
would
at
do it.
have you ever eaten at
It's
the
one of my favorite
Beanery?
artists, Meat Brick.
Yeah, meat brick.
Yeah.
And I would do anything for love. Another impersonation I've never done until this moment. That's at least an 8 on 10.
I would say it's a 6.
It's better. Let's hear your meat
I'm
brick.
not saying I could do better.
Try it.
Well, I would do anything
Okay, Mr.
for
Presley, let's
love.
relax.
Okay.
This is Presley Does Loaf.
Presley.
And I would do anything for love.
Honka honka. Meatloaf.
I got a hunga burning meat. Dave, favorite Elvis song, and why is it Burnin' Love?
Because I just love the way he shakes his hips during that one.
And I would do anything for love. He struggles when he sings it.
He
That's
does,
what it is.
yeah.
That's how you do the meatloaf. And I would do anything for love. Dave, if I'm lying, I'm dying here. That's an 8 on 10 meatloaf.
I'm gonna give you a 7. I'll bump it
What
up
do you
a
think
point.
about Meatloaf Paradise by the Dashboard Lights?
That's good.
The song about losing your virginity.
Yeah.
Dave, let's get back to it. Have you eaten at the Beanery?
No.
That's a restaurant that specializes in only Quebecois food.
You should take me one time.
I would.
Nice.
The best is you get your food, and on the side is just some boiled, boring vegetables.
Oh yeah. I like a nice boiled vegetable once in a while.
Salt and pepper? What's
Yeah.
not to like?
Beans. Some chopped up carrots.
You gonna dig these beans?
They chopping broccoli.
Okay,
You know
what
that?
about some other Quebecois food?
Let's see what else we got.
I consider the steamy Quebecois.
I was gonna say steamy, sure, or even a toasté maybe.
What about a hamburger steak?
That's okay. I was never big into hamburger steak. But that's right up your alley, though, James. This is any kind of
it's a
compressed
nice-
meat.
It's a nice juicy hamburger patty.
Yeah,
And you get some garlic in there, some onions.
it's a meatloaf.
No, it's got way less ingredients in a meatloaf. Sometimes I really like it when they're just cooked to hell. Avec un beau petit sauce brun.
Yeah. You ever eat a horse?
You want? Here's something that I was fed horse without my knowledge.
That's
and my
Quebecois.
friends kept saying like, "Yeah, we're just horsing around in the kitchen." You know what else is inherently
Hey,
Quebecois?
put a gallop of sauce on that.
Yeah. You know what else is inherently Quebecois?
What?
When you're sitting at a diner
Yeah.
and you got the server, they come over, they go, "Plus du café, mon cher."
Well, yeah, I guess.
What are you laughing for?
It was a funny impression.
You try it.
Okay, I'll do it like you did. Plus de café, mon cher.
You sound like the orphan from please sir, I want some more.
Oh, you're talking about
You sound Dickensian.
Dickensian? Talking about David Copperfield?
Yeah, David Copperfield, the magician.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Dave,
Yeah.
does it get any more inherent on the subject of speaking French and coffee? This is not a thing that we say in English where people go, un bon café. We might say, fuck, oh my God.
Wow. Did your lips deceive you? Put a coin in the swear jar, my friend.
Maybe the 5th time ever. You know, it speaks a level that I don't have a potty mouth on the show that I said it and you reacted. I curse all the time in life.
I just know that it means something to you, so it's
Really, it bothers me
it's
a
fun
lot.
to see it.
Now, we
I'll
would say
throw out a couple of f-bombs whenever
I could
dang
really
please.
go for a coffee.
Yeah.
Someone French might say, Besoin d'un beau café, là.
Sure, yeah.
What about some other Quebecois foods, Dave?
Coming in from the chat, there's the good old pate chinois.
The shepherd's pie,
Yeah,
hell yeah.
yeah.
Smother it in ketchup, why not? Good for your bones.
Mm-hmm. I feel like there's any duck recipe or pig recipes that are Quebecois
There's
staples.
probably all sorts of like strange ones
Yeah,
from
yeah.
the.
Or pate, like just like
I do not like pate.
oh,
I grew up with that in my house and I called it pig
oh,
paste.
dude, pate rules.
I
You
can't.
got to get into it, bro.
No,
You
no, I
got to
can't.
try this shit,
Now
man.
what
It's
about
some
this?
of the
What about
best shit ever, man.
Oh yeah, you're all cracked out on
Give me some
pate.
of that pate.
What about some uniquely Quebecois restaurants?
Mm. I mean, there's
Saint
La
Hubert
Belle.
barbecue.
Yeah, Saint Hubert, cousin of Swiss Chalet.
Saint Hubert is better than Swiss Chalet.
Sure,
I don't
sure.
even like Saint Hubert that much. The chicken fingers are the best thing there.
No, interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting. I mean, there's the classic casse-croûte. That's just like generic
yeah.
casse-croûte that you find
You've got
anywhere.
very interesting French. Now, I don't have good French, but yours is very bizarre.
Mine's terrible.
You sound like you're trying to speak like a Haitian style of French or Creole.
Well, I am part Creole.
You are part Creole.
Yeah, yeah.
Just the way you said
From the
cascade.
Louisiana.
You really, a lot
How
of
did I say
O's.
casse-croûte?
Yeah, it's like
Casse-croûte?
Croot, cascroot. It sounds Austrian or something.
Yeah, it's the casse-croûte.
I wouldn't mind going to get a hot dog at the cascroot. Hey, who brought this Austrian guy? He's bugging me.
Why is he bugging you? He's probably just climbing a mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How would you? Well, I don't hear you speak French. I think you might be one of the only people I have better French than.
You definitely have better French than I do.
Yeah, eh?
Yeah.
Maybe we should take French classes together.
Sure. Yeah. Let's do that.
Now,
Instead of doing the
tomorrow,
show, we're going to
tomorrow
learn
is
French.
the big day. Are you going to try to celebrate? Maybe I'll put a Quebecois music playlist together for you.
I think it was going to work a little bit.
Yeah.
My kids are off daycare. My daughter's going to a camp that's put up by her sisters.
Okay.
And then...
So your daughter has sisters?
sorry, her sisters-in-law. Wait, would you say that?
Your
No.
daughter has
Or
sisters. So your
cousins.
daughter, who just turned 5, is now married. Your daughter got married over the weekend. And has sisters-in-law. Dave, what's going on in your house, man? You're sniffing underwear. Your daughter's married.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
We do things a little differently around here.
Yeah, there's a new TLC series, Baby Wives.
Oh no! Oh no!
Dude, you said it.
You're right.
First
I
it
did
was
say it.
you got sisters and sisters-in-law.
You're right. I did say it. I take it back. It wasn't what I meant to say. I meant to say her
Yeah.
cousins.
Her cousins. Okay. By marriage?
I guess technically,
All right.
my marriage.
So you're not going to be doing any Saint Jean. So you're going to let off some fireworks in around 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll buy some
no way.
freaking fireworks.
Dave?
Although I'm gonna, now that you mention it, I will be ready for fireworks to go off, and then I'll like, instead of being like, oh, are those gunshots? I'll be like, oh, fireworks.
You think they're gunshots when fireworks go off?
Sometimes.
Okay. Dave, as we begin to
It
wind
sounds
down,
similar.
I don't know if we're gonna go over tonight. I don't
Okay.
know if it's totally necessary. The show's running on empty.
Well, you can
running
say that.
on.
I'm having a good time with the ladies behind me.
Well, yeah. Why don't you give them a kiss? What are their names again?
I don't think I ever mentioned their names.
Oh, we did.
Right?
I believe one was Mylène and the other one was Paulette.
Okay.
Yeah, go get a kiss. Let her. You get tickled by her eyelashes. Man, that's a big lady. Whoa! Dave, you lost your head there for a second.
Yeah.
Dave, I think it's pretty clear that this show needs some work, but you and I as people need some work.
I think so.
Dave, is it fair? Let's put the cards on the table with me.
Yeah.
You put the cards on the table.
All right, here we go.
It's been a trying half a year for the two of us.
Sure, yeah. I would say
Okay.
that I'm a work in progress.
Me too, I would say. Me
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Been a trying year.
yeah.
I think we need to have some more fun. So I'm roping you into my New Year's resolution of we should have fun together.
Yeah, all right, sure.
I think it's time for another Dave and James trip.
Whoa,
Oh
really?
yeah.
It's a
Oh yeah.
big commitment. I'm into it. Where do you want to go, James?
I guess we'll have to think about it.
Yeah, what are some options?
There's nothing.
Well, I mean, we'll probably keep it on continent, right?
Yeah,
We're
from a
not going
money
to Europe,
standpoint,
are we? Are we doing a
are we?
Euro trip?
Where do you think you and I would go in Europe? I know where I'd want to go.
Let me think.
Around the holiday season, go to Germany. Great Christmas market. And I know if I know my Dave, I know that he loves a Christmas market.
You know what has a great Christmas market? Paris.
Oh, and or the one we went to together in Vancouver.
That one was okay.
I had a great time.
I had a pretty good time too.
Yeah, I took you there for your birthday.
I guess you did, sorta.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then I ate stew out of a bowl while you filmed me.
Yeah. And then you ate the bowl.
That may have been the last great time I had.
Yeah. Hey, me too, man.
That was a trying time.
I had fun with my kids, I guess. Other than
Yeah.
that, I'm running on empty.
Running on,
Yeah.
running blind, running into the sun because I'm running behind. You got to do what you can just to keep your love alive. And that's really the story of this show. We got to do what we can to keep it alive.
Yeah, I think so.
So this show may or may not be changing days and time slots.
Sure. Might even be changing people.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. I don't want it to be that way.
Well, you know, I don't want to be, I don't want to wait for our lives to be over.
It's been some incredible music references
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah.
We should have a counter to tick off how many times one of us sings or presents a musical
It's
reference.
true. A musical interlude counter.
Yeah, that'd be nice. We'd have to get maybe someone to do tech on that.
Sure.
Dave, I've had enough. Final thoughts?
Hey, man. If it feels good, do it.
Wow. You know, sometimes in life people say things that just change us.
Yeah.
It rocks us to our core and it challenges our values. And that was one of those moments in which none of my values were changed. We will be back in, I think, a week's time. For Dave, I am James. You are you. We were here. Good night, goodbye, farewell, and of course, be well.